You're doing everything right. You're giving your diesel those long highway runs everyone says it needs. You're avoiding short trips, keeping the RPMs up, letting the engine breathe. But there are 5 highway driving mistakes you're probably making right now that are quietly damaging your diesel engine, clogging your DPF, and costing you thousands in repairs you could easily avoid. Here's what makes these mistakes so dangerous. They feel completely normal. They seem like good driving habits. Some of them even appear to save fuel. But for diesel engines with modern emission systems, these common highway habits are silently creating problems that won't show up until it's too late. Make sure to watch till the end because mistake number 5 involves something almost every diesel owner does to save fuel, and it's actually starving your turbo of the one thing it needs to survive. Let's start with the mistake that seems like it should be helping your diesel, but is actually preventing critical maintenance from happening. Mistake number 1, using cruise control for entire highway journeys without variation. Cruise control is one of the best features in modern cars. Set your speed, relax, maintain perfect fuel economy. For petrol cars, this is fine. For diesel cars with DPF systems, it's creating a hidden problem. Here's what most diesel owners don't understand. Your DPF needs temperature variation and load changes to regenerate effectively. When you set cruise control at 110 kilometers per hour and maintain that exact speed for an hour, your engine operates in an extremely narrow band of load and temperature. This constant, steady-state operation prevents your DPF from initiating proper regeneration cycles. The exhaust temperature stays consistent, but not quite hot enough. The engine load is steady, but not quite high enough. Your DPF accumulates soot that should be burning off, but the conditions never quite reach the threshold for effective regeneration. Think about it this way. Your engine is like a self-cleaning oven. It needs to reach a specific temperature for long enough to burn off accumulated deposits. Cruise control keeps your engine at a consistent medium heat that never quite gets hot enough to clean itself properly. The solution isn't to avoid cruise control entirely. It's to use it intelligently. Every 15 to 20 minutes, disengage cruise control for a few minutes. Vary your speed by 10 to 15 kilometers per hour. Accelerate moderately, then coast slightly. Create some load variation that allows your engine to cycle through different temperature ranges. This variation gives your DPF the temperature spikes it needs to initiate and complete regeneration cycles. You'll use slightly more fuel during these variation periods, but you'll save thousands by avoiding premature DPF clogging and the expensive cleaning or replacement that follows. Mistake number 2, staying in 6th gear for maximum fuel economy. Modern diesel cars have tall 6 gears designed for effortless highway cruising. At 110 kilometers per hour in 6th gear, many diesels run at only 1,500 to 1,800 revolutions per minute. This feels efficient, sounds quiet, and shows impressive fuel economy numbers on your dashboard. But here's the problem. At these low RPMs, your exhaust temperatures are too low for effective DPF regeneration. Your turbo isn't working hard enough to stay properly lubricated and sealed. Carbon deposits accumulate in your intake system because combustion temperatures never get high enough to burn them off. Your engine was designed to operate efficiently across a range of RPMs, not just at the absolute lowest possible speed. When you constantly drive in 6th gear at 1,600 revolutions per minute, you're operating at the very bottom of the engine's design range. Professional diesel drivers and fleet managers know this. They often drive in 5th gear on the highway, keeping RPMs between 2,000 and 2,500. Yes, fuel economy drops by 5 to 10%, but engine longevity increases dramatically, DPF problems decrease, and turbo life extends significantly. The math is simple. Spending an extra $50 per month on fuel by driving in 5th gear instead of 6th saves you $2,000 to $4,000 in DPF replacement, $1,000 to $2,000 in turbo repairs, and extends your engine life by tens of thousands of kilometers. Next time you're on the highway, try this. Shift down to 5th gear and maintain your speed. Notice how your RPMs increase to 2,000 to 2,500 range. Your engine sounds more alive, throttle response improves, and most importantly, your exhaust temperatures rise into the range where your DPF can properly regenerate. Mistake number 3, shutting off your engine immediately after long highway drives. You've just finished a 2-hour highway journey. Your diesel has been working steadily at highway speeds. You pull into your driveway, shift to park, turn off the key, and walk away. This feels completely normal because it's what everyone does. But here's what's happening inside your engine. Your turbocharger has been spinning at 80,000 to 150,000 revolutions per minute. The turbine housing is extremely hot from exhaust gases. The bearings are operating at high temperatures and relying on engine oil for both lubrication and cooling. When you shut off the engine immediately, oil flow stops instantly. Your turbo continues spinning from momentum, gradually slowing down, while residual heat continues to build in the bearing housing. Without oil flow to cool and lubricate, several destructive things occur. The oil trapped in the turbo center housing gets cooked by residual heat. This causes it to break down, form carbon deposits, and eventually create sludge. These deposits accumulate in the bearing journals and oil passages, restricting flow and causing accelerated wear. Modern turbos do have water cooling jackets that continue cooling briefly after shutdown, but they only cool the housing, not the bearing areas where oil degradation occurs. The fix is embarrassingly simple, but almost nobody does it. After a long highway drive, let your diesel idle for 60 to 90 seconds before shutting down. That's it. Just 1 minute of idle time allows your turbo to spin down gradually while still receiving oil flow for cooling and lubrication. During this cool down period, you can gather your belongings, check your phone, or just sit for a moment. That 1 minute could add years to your turbo's life and save you $1,500 to $3,000 in premature turbo replacement. Some modern diesels have automatic turbo timers that keep the engine running briefly after you remove the key. But most diesel cars don't have this feature, so you need to do it manually. Mistake number 4, never using lower gears for acceleration or overtaking. You're cruising in 6th gear at 110 kilometers per hour. Traffic ahead slows, and you need to overtake. You press the accelerator pedal, and your car gradually speeds up, still in 6th gear. The engine labors slightly, turbo boost builds, and eventually you complete the overtake. This seems normal, even fuel efficient. But you've just lugged your engine, and diesel engines hate being lugged, especially modern high-performance diesels with variable geometry turbos. Lugging means asking your engine to produce high torque at low RPMs. When you try to accelerate in 6th gear from 110 to 130 kilometers per hour, you're demanding maximum torque output while the engine is spinning at only 1,600 to 2,000 revolutions per minute. This creates excessive cylinder pressure, puts tremendous stress on engine bearings, causes incomplete combustion that produces extra soot, and forces your turbo to work harder than necessary to generate boost at low engine speeds. The proper technique is to downshift before accelerating. If you need to overtake, shift to 5th or even 4th gear. Let the engine rev to 2,500 to 3,500 revolutions per minute, where it produces torque more efficiently and with less stress on internal components. Your engine will accelerate faster, sound better, and experience far less stress. Yes, you'll use slightly more fuel during the overtake, but you'll prevent the excessive soot production and mechanical stress that comes from lugging the engine in too high a gear. Modern automatic transmissions often refuse to downshift aggressively enough during acceleration. Many diesel car owners don't realize their automatics have manual mode or paddle shifters specifically for situations like this. Learn to use them. Mistake number 5, coasting in neutral to save fuel on downhill sections. You're approaching a long downhill section on the highway. To save fuel, you shift to neutral and coast. The engine drops to idle, fuel consumption shows 0 or near 0, and you glide effortlessly down the hill. This seems like brilliant fuel economy technique, but for diesel engines, especially turbocharged diesels, this is incredibly destructive for several reasons. First, when you coast in neutral, your turbo is starved of oil pressure. At highway speeds, your turbo was spinning at high speeds with good oil pressure. When you shift to neutral and the engine drops to idle, oil pressure drops dramatically. Your turbo is still spinning down from highway speeds, but now receiving minimal oil pressure for lubrication. Second, you lose engine braking, which means you rely entirely on your brakes for speed control. This isn't just a safety issue, it's a missed opportunity. When your diesel engine is under load during engine braking, exhaust temperatures rise, which helps with DPF regeneration and prevents carbon buildup. Third, modern diesel engines with common rail injection actually use 0 fuel during engine braking in gear. When you're coasting downhill in 5th or 6th gear with your foot off the accelerator, the engine computer shuts off fuel injection completely. You're getting the same 0 fuel consumption you'd get in neutral, but with the benefits of engine braking, proper turbo lubrication, and higher exhaust temperatures. The proper technique is to stay in gear when coasting or descending hills. Your fuel consumption will be zero because the engine is being driven by the wheels rather than consuming fuel. Your turbo receives proper oil pressure. Your exhaust temperatures stay in the optimal range, and you have full control over your speed with engine braking. This isn't just about fuel economy or engine protection. It's also safety. Engine braking on long downhill sections prevents brake overheating and fade, which can be dangerous at highway speeds.